Hi guys, welcome back. Java here. As promised, today I am coming with the camera widget part 2 of Streamlit. Today we will be learning QR code, how to scan and how to read the value from the QR code. So let's begin. Hello team, welcome back. The last session we have discussed in the part 1. Now I created a class for part 2. So let's begin. We can see how we can read the QR code, how we can scan the QR code first using Streamlit camera widget, and then we will see how can we read the values. Before that, in the last video, few of the subscriber asked me about how can we, I'm getting some camera error when I start. Can you just let me know like that? Okay, yeah, I will just show you what error you may be facing. Whenever we run our application, for example, I am running the main application. So once it is started, it shows the two URL here. Okay. So the first URL network URL and the other one is external URL. So now when we click on the network URL, you see that it is launched. Okay. The application is launched. We see all the rest of the things in the other side. So now what happens whenever I go to previous session, here when we open this, user is facing an issue where they cannot able to launch the webcam. That is because in the IP address, using the IP address, the Windows security is blocked this one, so it will not allow us to permit the user to for this URL. Okay. For that, what we should do? So we need to give, if you want to give the permission, we just need to change to localhost, and then if you come back to the same session, when you go back, now you will see a pop-up here. So okay, so now we can give the access. See, image has come. Now we can take the photo. So the problem was with the IP address, it will not load. How can we fix it permanently? To fix the permanently, you need to open config.toml. Here generally I use the server and that address so that it will run in the local. Whenever I am checking into Heroku, I have to comment this one because in Heroku it uses its own IP address. So here I uncommented localhost, and port also we can give whichever the port we want to run this application. Okay. So now what happens? I stop this one, run again. Okay. So now you can see, I close this. You can see that the application is started with only one URL, that is localhost, and the port is 999. So this we should be remember. And whenever you run this application throughout, it will be launching from the localhost itself and the port which you have given. Okay. So that is we need to configure in under .streamlit folder config.taml. Now if you launch, we already given the port because we already given for the localhost. Okay, so now we can see this. Okay, where can we see whether it is given or not? Here we can see that one. Okay, and here if we have the two cameras configured other than the integrated camera and other any external camera is configured, you can change it here. Currently I have only one. So now manage, when you go manage, here you can see already I added 999 and 8501. That's why we didn't see any issue. The camera is launched. Okay. So I stop it here and then we will start about the QR code. Okay, generally what is QR code? Let's search in the Google some of the QR code images. QR code sample. Okay. So these are all the QR code. How can we read it? For example, if I am using, what is the advantage of main camera widget? So I'm having a shop, I just want to scan this and check the price, or I just wanted to scan and launch my application, or I have the product, I need to just track it. Whenever it comes in mind, we use the external system. Instead of that, we can use mobile itself to scan the camera and to scan this QR code. We can scan from mobile itself and we can scan this QR code. Okay, then what it does, if it is not encrypted, if it is open, because in any shopping mall, we can just go and check the values, the features of the product or anything. So then it will be coming. Even if it is encrypted, the same thing can be used to decode the QR code. For now, I am showing the public open, whichever the QR code we can open and see the value out of it. I will show you that one. So for that, we need to first go for the camera input. Okay, so here the application, let me start. So I run this, I launch here and wait. Okay, So let it launch only one time. So this is our first class. So welcome back to Streamlit Camera Widget Part 2, QR code scanning and reading. Before jumping into coding, let's see what is the minimum requirement we need. Requirement libraries in the sense, right? So first we must install Streamlit anyway to launch this application. Second, for the QR code detection, we need to install the OpenCV Python. Okay, we must add this one in the OpenCV Python. And if you are not installed already, just go here, do the pip install OpenCV Python, enter. If it is already installed, it will show this way, this OpenCV Python is already installed. If it is not installed, it will install it. Okay, the requirement is already satisfied, so it will not install for me. So the only difference is we just need to add the extra OpenCV dependency for getting this images and get the QR code out of it. Let me close this. So the application is running. It's here. Close the requirement. It is already installed. So we start from the camera input. What is the first thing we should do? First thing is I want to open the camera and record the QR code. Okay, let's do that. QR code is equal to, we know that ST camera input. What we do? Scan your QR code here. Then what we do? We give the same key is equal to. Okay, let's maximize this one. Key is equal to camera QR code. Okay. So anything else we need to do? Yeah, we can also give the help is equal to place the QR code better result. Okay, so I did this one, minimize this one. So here it is one time. Now we can see that scan your QR code here. So let's change the code. Okay, save this, and now we can scan our QR code. But that is not just enough, because we just reading the camera input. We need to now save this. So same, I will store this in the session so that we can display what we captured, what is the input, what is the output in the same row. Okay, for that I will use the ST columns of 3. Okay, now what we do, we create if image captured not in state dot session state dot keys, then we will add the image captured to that one. Okay, so is equal to image captured, and then for now, if it is not there, just initialize the none. Now if the camera is clicked, if the camera is clicked QR code, then assign this to session. Okay, that is it. Assign this to session so that you got the hold on image. If image captured, this is outside. If control alignments, right? So maximize and see if everything is fine. So now save this, go back to the camera and see here, place the QR code correctly for the better result, right? So for the better result. Now what we do, once the image is captured, everything is ready, let's create the 3 columns. Okay, what we do, column 1, column 2, column 3 is equal to st dot columns. We just need to say 3. Okay, or we can assign the portion as well, 2, 2, equal for each of them. If you want to give for any one of the column more space, you can give in this array input. Instead of equal, then make it 3 columns. Okay, Now what happened with column 1, with column 1, we will capture the QR code. Okay. What happened once the QR code is captured? Okay. What we do with column 2, with column 2, st.subheader. Just let's print this the input QR code. Okay. So now in the column 2 we are printing the input QR code, and then we copy this here, and with column 3 we do output of QR code. Three things. So let me save this. It will be like this: 1 session, 2 session, 3 session. In the bigger space, it will be like that. Once I take the picture, I will show this as input, and then here you can see what is the extracted data. Okay. So for that, I divided this into 3 parts. Now here, once this is captured. Okay. Now once the QR code is let me print the input. How can we do that? If, because we relying on this one, if image is captured, then st.image to show the what the image we captured. Okay. So for example, I click on this here, it will show, okay, the image is captured. Instead of this one, we can also do one thing. I take my mobile. Now I will search for the camera, and I will show you that QR code I will directly scan and show. And here the value we will display. Okay. Before going to the third part, let's import few of the inputs. What we need, we are using the OpenCV, and we need to import two things. One is NumPy, where we convert the image to the NumPy array, and then we are using CV2 to detect the QR code out of the image. Okay. So here first let us import NumPy. Okay. Then also import CV. Fine. Both we imported. Then let's go. So now what we do, we will be capturing the data out of the image, and the image is nothing but the QR code. So let's begin. Okay. So now what we do, we create the image object out of the file we captured, right? So let's take this. Currently what I am doing is I am taking the image what we captured and creating the image of PIL library, right? So let's import that also here. Okay. From PIL import image, because this converts the image what we capture to the actual Python image object. Okay. So if it is ready, then image is equal to, then what we do with this image, so image dot open image. So now I got the image object. How to get the NumPy array from this image object? So for example, if you want to get the NumPy array out of this, we need to pass, that is like a OpenCV image, right? Let's say create a OpenCV image positions, for example. So whatever the NumPy dot array, then we need to pass the image object. So now what we got the all the NumPy. So let us do one thing. We will display this one. What is it? st.write. We can use markdown, write anything. Then we will display what is this array is. Okay, it's all numbers. So now you can see that on the third side, for the given image x, y, z, it is captured all the elements of the image. Okay, the NumPy. So now once the image of this one is captured, or you can also use the markdown to show in the horizontal. So save this, it will show like this. Okay, any of this, either text or markdown or write, anything you can use. For now I use the write one. So now once array we have got, we need to create the CV2 QR detector. We need to get the QR code detector from the OpenCV, that is CV2. So let's capture that one. QR detector, QR code detector. Let's put the command name QR code detector. Okay, it's equal to, now from CV2 we already have, that is QR code detector. QR, let me get it. QR, even if it is not method available or class available, but you can just write CV2 QR code detector, right? Detector, done. Once the QR code detector object is created, now what we should do, we should get whatever the array we got from the numpy. From that, using this detector, we need to extract the three things that the detector returns. Three things: detect and decode. One is value, other one is position points, other one is the QR code. Whatever the QR code we scan, that object it will return. For now, what we do, QR code detector is we done. Now let's capture the data from the this QR code detector. I am passing QR code detector dot detect, and decode is the function which we use. For that we pass the array created OpenCV image array. Okay, so now we have the data. Let's write this also. What to do? st dot write data. Cool. Now three things we are writing. Currently three, it returns as I said data. It is none. And we are writing the OpenCV image. It's an array. We got it. Now what I did is, I took my mobile. I am searching the QR code example. So you can see here QR code example, and I got few of the QR code. What I do? Let's open the any one of this. Okay, so I open. We got the value, right? This is the value. Actually, from this QR code, whatever we captured, the output of this QR code is this is the value. Then we can launch from here. Okay. So this is how we launch, right? So thanks for scanning the output they have given. So now I scan this one, right? So similarly, let me comment this array and see the outputs. Okay. So instead of printing this array, I comment it. So now we can see the input. Let me clear that and get the one another example so that we can see good one. After that I show you the text. See here it is print I love you. In the camera you can see that it contains I love you as well in the text. So for now let's take only this much and show you it is recording, right? It is. Let me take another example. This example, if you see this one, this contains hello. For me, whenever we captured only this QR code, I should get hello out of it. We got it. So like this, we can get any QR code and the respective value from this. Yeah, some SMS to this number, try simple texting. So this is the another good example where we can just create a QR code. We can ask them to what to do. So here SMS to this number, trying simple texting. So this is what the meaning hidden inside this QR code. Okay. Final we will try one more and then I will wind up this session. Okay. So let's, for the last one, let's say take this one. Yeah, we got the formsite.com. From this, The QR code can contain the information, the site, or what the instructions the user has to do. Now we understand that how this QR code works. Here we are scanning and then input the image QR code is this and output is this. You can save this to database, the input and output as well. So what we did today we installed the OpenCV Python, then imported the CV to NumPy and the image. Image anyway yesterday also we created the object just to store and get some data out of it. So today also we did the same. For now I completed most of the stuff. So it's time to say thank you message watching. So in the next video, I will show you the very important one, how to extract the text from the image using OCR, right? The next section is st.camera widget and OCR. Tesseract, right? I use the Tesseract for the image text extraction from the image. So for now, thank you very much.
Thank you for watching and hope you are able to understand a little. Please share your valuable feedback and suggestions for the next video. Thank you.